This is a great moment for us. Today we were doing a build-up program, close-out event, and we're Financial Wellness Day. So part of this was to celebrate the completion of the full week program that we did last year, which includes a group of farmers from both Mpumalanga and KZN. So the centralized venue was chosen to be here in Newcastle. These are rural community businesses. Largely, though, they are agricultural enterprises. There were few that were doing other things like sewing, others doing some tourism business, but they are largely in livestock and food production.
Our core mandate at the Assisa Foundation is to do financial education. It is to increase the financial capability of individual South Africans wherever they find themselves.
The journey with agriculture actually started like maybe 4 years ago. I had an interest and then I thought, okay, let me take it further by going and studying. Assisa actually helped me with the financial side of the business that I want to get into in agriculture.
Karen Gabriels from WW South Africa. Can we play Maskandi for her while she's coming?
WWF, actually, we met them quite some few years ago. They're doing agroecology projects, but they've learned that what is missing, that these guys are not operating in a sustainable way.
WWF is dedicated to protecting our natural heritage and even the circular economy.
They found us, and now the partnership has taken shape, and we are closing a gap where they had with their own beneficiaries.
Njengoba consumer protection sivikela abathengi angithi siphinde sifundise futhi abathengi ngokuthi siphathe kanjani imali ukuze ingasilimazi.
You mustn't spend 2040's money today. Today's money you must keep for when you retire. You don't have to get government grants.
If you don't keep records, you won't know how your business is working because you don't have records to go back to.
Based on the feedback from the participants, they know what they were doing, but they had a missing puzzle of understanding the business and finance. Especially financial management was a big issue for them. So they couldn't really plan, they couldn't budget, they were not pricing correctly, and they couldn't cost their operations in a proper way. So this training was covering all of those topics to make sure that they understand the business financial management. But however, we started with their personal financial management aspect, just to understand the concept of saving, debt management, understand the credit, how the credit works, and also the concept of investing so that they can apply that for themselves and for their businesses.
Ukusize kakhulu like ngokuthi ke fanele umholi sikusebenze kanjani ukuthi ke uma senza i-corporate fanele sibe ne group sibe ne njengokuthi kuno chairperson, secretary, i-treasury eda nama-member for ukuthi ke kube ne-committee nje especial ukuthi izokwazi ukuthi kutholakala ama-report ukuthi ke uma sidayisa kanjani, yabona.
Siyabona ukuthi if sizoqhubeka sibambisane ne-Assisa Foundation sisazoya ekudeni ukuthi singumphakathi sikhiphe indlala emakhaya, singumphakathi as i-youth yini into engayenza about agriculture. So kuya-assista kakhulu for eSouth Africa kungena amathuba emisebenzi ukuthi sikhona ukuzondla, sikhona ukusupporta self nama-family wethu.
Okokuqala abantu, okwesibili amanzi.
Going to the Bundus and rural areas is not an easy one, and dealing with people, remember some of the people in rural areas are the most marginalized one. Some, they didn't even go to school. So it requires us to be flexible enough to understand the dynamics on the communities, especially rural people. They've got traditional leaders and all of that. So dealing with a variety of stakeholders is not an easy task. So that's the first challenge. Number two is to make sure that our content is relevant and is applicable, and therefore they all can also understand it. So we always make sure, though our content was designed in English, all our execution and implementation, we make sure we translate everything, including the questionnaires that they get asked as class activities and the content itself. So we translate, like for example in Bizana, we translated it into isiXhosa, and here we translated it into isiZulu. So those were minor challenges because we understand the community dynamics, and luckily I'm from rural area, so I understand the dynamics here.
This program is not just educational, but it's an eye-opener. The facilitators, I think they are quite excellent, because they open a room for one to think. They don't just feed you information, but they give you a chance to explore, to express yourself. So I wish they could just carry on like that, because I think South Africa needs this program.